Breath of the Wild. Hey guys, Lucas and Billy here, the Musashiboys, and today we are talking about 2022 highly anticipated upcoming games that you guys should know about. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're going to go into the first game, which is God of War Ragnarok. Like, what do we even have to say about this, Billy? It's the most highly anticipated game, I think, period, of the whole entire list for most people.
Not for me, but
yeah.
I'm not really like a God of War fan per se, but God of War PS4, chef's kisses. It's so good, and that small little teaser at that small little teaser after you go to sleep, you're done with the game. Who do you meet? You meet Thor!
Yeah, oh, that part was just, you immediately knew the next game was going to be heat, and you know, there's some interesting takes that they've had on the game, like the fact that I don't think it's going to be a trilogy. I believe they said that they're going to end the Norse saga of God of War with this game, which is interesting because we don't see many games end with a story with just 2 games. So I think this is probably going to be either insane or it could end off on an okay note. I don't think it's going to be bad. There's no way I think they end this bad. It could just be saving them. I think at this point, whatever they do with the story of Loki is going to be interesting because it doesn't follow the typical Norse mythology in general. In the PS4 version, they ended up twisting a lot of those, and certain things happened, certain things didn't, and in the actual mythology, Loki is supposed to tie basically everyone together. Like, he's like the main cause of a lot of these issues. So the fact that he's not present for the entirety of the game until the end, I think that there are going to be some mind-blowing things for the sequel. Couldn't agree more. And for number 2, Billy, you gotta introduce this one.
To my favorite series of all time and a well-deserved sequel,
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild 2, coming in 2022.
You can see it, his brain's melting down. This is everything he's wanted.
It's because not only was it a launch title for the Switch, and it ended the Wii U's life cycle on such a beautiful note. The game itself, even to this day, is highly regarded as one of the best open world games, not just Zelda games. And after 4 years, I don't think many games have even come close to this type of scale and the amount of things you can do on your own without guidance and help.
Yeah, and like, here's the thing, is that Breath of the Wild, I love the game. It may not be one of my favorite games of all time, but is a fantastic game, and the thing I'm most excited for this game is the fact that it is such a great game, but it has room to grow, and it looks like there's some crazy things with his arm being like mechanical and the sky islands. There's some crazy stuff happening, so they're obviously mixing it up. That's probably the most exciting part of this whole game.
I'm just so excited for that game.
Yeah.
I think it's a well-deserved sequel.
Then we got number 3.
Oh, you can take it away.
We already know. Elden Ring! Ah! That's obviously my most anticipated game of the year. I love the Dark Souls series, and this game is looking to be the same. Everyone is saying fantastic things about it. Many people have gotten to play 10 plus hours of the beginning of this game, and they say it's basically everything that we wanted from it. I made some other videos. You guys can go check those videos out. But basically, Elden Ring is just going to be open world Dark Souls with just more ability for combos with different weapons, with different magic, with different all sorts of stuff. So basically, if you're a beginner, perfect place to jump in, because a lot of people are saying it might be the easiest. So yeah, jump in and have a blast.
Speaking about being beginners, Melly and I have actually never played that many Dark Souls games, or at all. I only played Sekiro. I'm not sure about Melly, but we've seen the trailers, we've seen some of the crazy things that the game can do. That's probably the first time I've been personally excited for a FromSoft game.
Looking to be a good year, a really good year.
And the next game we'll be talking about is Pokemon Arceus. Now, not a lot of trailers and gameplay has been released for this game, but I believe it's going to be a very ambitious Pokemon game. Although the turn-based battle, I believe, remains the same, the game takes place in a 3D open-world Pokemon game, truly open-world, not like Pokemon Sword or Shield or the most recent Faithful remakes, Brilliant Diamond and Pearl. This one is more ambitious in regards to all the Pokemon are free roaming, you can catch them on the field. I believe that there are no random encounters, and it takes place in an ancient version of the Sinnoh region. So I believe that's going to be a fantastic and actually a new experience for everyone to enjoy. What do you think?
Yeah, I love this idea because, you know, we've always seen the high-tech Pokemon, you know, you go to the center, you put your Pokeball in there. it's gonna be interesting to see what technology they have and just like what the world's like. Like I'm loving the more kind of like the old Japanese themed culture, like Monster Hunter Rise and like this, where it's like, ooh, this is gonna be a really cool like mixture of like this gameplay loop with, of course, the Japanese culture. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun.
One more thing that I would like to add is that this game isn't really based off any previous Pokemon games. So like I said, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were based off Generation 4, and a lot of people complain about those games only because of the art style and how much the game retained from how many so years ago that it was made. Nothing new was really added to make the game feel like a modern Pokemon game. This one seems like a modern Pokemon game, so very excited. And speaking about Monster Hunter,
next is Monster Hunter Sunbreak, the expansion coming 2022 summer for it on both PC and Switch, which is huge because obviously the Switch port actually ran really well, but me and Billy are super excited for the 4K textures and everything on the PC version, and the fact that it's going to launch on both versions of the game. That game was unanimously loved by the Monster Hunter community for good reason. The movement and mobility of the game was fantastic. This new update is just going to add more monsters and more of everything that we love. And if you haven't gotten into it and you have a PC, definitely wait and get it on PC, because then instead of playing all the game on Switch, then you have to wait a long time. You just wait until the expansion comes out and you have tons of game to play, right? All the base game and the expansion. What more is there even to say, Billy?
And since it's also coming to PC, we'll actually be doing videos about it. Hopefully you guys will watch that, so be prepared for that as well. But I am personally excited. Can't wait to see all the textures that it's actually meant to be and how it's supposed to look. On the Switch, it didn't look bad, but it did look compressed at sometimes, and the open world was, you know... I am very excited that we're going to be able to replay the entire game and show you guys.
So for the last one, before we get to the honorable mentions, I'm going to switch over to Billy, but first, I would like to thank you guys for watching the video. Please leave a like. Did you know 80% of you aren't even subscribed? Please subscribe, it would help so much. We're trying to get to 100. It's all we want, and we would love to hit 100 before the year is over. So please give us a like, subscribe, and comment down below what your most anticipated game of the year is and what kind of content you would like from us.
But on with the next game. Lastly, we'll be talking about a Nintendo favorite. We're talking about Kirby the Forgotten Land. And now this game, it's so much different from all the Kirby games just because you're able to play Kirby in a 3D plane. Most Kirby games are 2D platformers with like abilities that you can inhale, right? And then you get all these different types of play styles. You can play with swords, bombs, you can sing people to death. There's all types of things you can do. This one's in 3D, and I'm not sure if it's open world, but I think that's a grand idea. Hopefully they pull it off well. I love the music. Everything's really like hype about it, you know?
What's most exciting about this Kirby game to me is that the last one was very much aimed towards kids, and I didn't really ever think I was going to be into a Kirby game. And I saw this trailer, and I knew it was going to be something I was interested in because of Mario Odyssey, because of Breath of the Wild, because Nintendo has been showing a continued effort to make open world versions of their best IPs, and they're all fantastic. So I definitely think you should be looking forward to this if you have a Switch. And now for our honorable mentions. Number one is...
It's going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. The new one. I forgot the title.
Oh, Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. There we go. The only reason we wanted to mention it was because Breath of the Wild 2 is going to overshadow it a lot, just like the last one did. It came at a weird time where it was like, you either have this one or you have this one. Horizon's really just for, you know, the PlayStation fans. Breath of the Wild is going to be for the Nintendo fans, right? But I feel like the Nintendo fans are going to overweigh that, so... just giving it an honorable mention.
And like, I'm super excited for Horizon and seeing what they're gonna do to update it. It visually looks amazing. But the first game, honestly, there was just a couple gripes with it, and it just felt like it was an above average gameplay-wise game for me. But it could, you know, blow us out of the water and like really improve. So definitely something to look forward to if you have a PS5. And then the next honorable mention is Multiverses. So as we know, sadly, we all cry. Smash Bros is ending. Sora's over. The update has come out, and now there's a new person trying to claim the throne since Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl sucked, which is multiverses. They're actually putting effort into it. It's going to be free to play, and that's the biggest reason why I find it highly anticipating, and that's why Billy cares about it, is because it is free, and only monetization happening is going to be skins. And they showed us the skins, and they looked quality. So, what do you think, Billy?
Yeah, it being free to play definitely is probably the biggest point for platform fighters right now. I just feel like a lot of them are mediocre besides Smash. If you look within the Multiverses trailer and everything like that, anything Multiverses related, you can see how much they care and see how much they actually cater towards the audience. Look, they put Super Saiyan Shaggy in there.
Yeah. And I'm going to just lump these two together because they're kind of the same thing, which is God of War PC and Monster Hunter PC. They're re-releases for all the people who don't have PS4s or PS5s. Now if you have a PC, you can experience God of War. And Monster Hunter, if you didn't have a Switch, not only can you experience it on PC, but it's going to be a significantly better version on PC. So definitely, if you didn't check those out, definitely worth some time.
And then lastly, now this is to be determined, but I think it's worth mentioning that Bayonetta 3? Oh my god, what can we say about Bayonetta 3, man? I played the first one. God damn, it's Spicy Meatball! She's so hot. But the actual gameplay is, I genuinely think that it's slightly better than some like Devil May Cry, only because you don't have to solely rely on trying to hit that combo finisher or like going for that high combo. I feel like it's less about that. And I forgot to mention this, but I do believe that the game is more accessible to new players and it finds that good balance. You know, you do so many crazy things, and oh man, she's so hot.
It's facts. But what I think about it is basically, I think Bayonetta is coming out at the perfect point for me because I've been missing kind of like the stylish yet kind of hack and slashy game. I don't even know the exact genre. I guess action game that it is. And I haven't had any game to replace the spot that the old God of Wars used to have, right? The new God of War is fun, but it's not the same, right, as those types of games. And I think Bayonetta 3 is going to be the perfect game to kind of fill in that little itch that I have as a gamer for those types of games.
Yeah.
And so that was our video. We appreciate you guys so much. Please give us 5 likes. We would really appreciate 5 likes. That helps the video out so much and helps us out and helps to build this community, especially when you subscribe, because 80% of you haven't subscribed. So please subscribe so we can get to 100, and comment down below what you guys are most looking forward to next year, because obviously everyone has different opinions. Billy's really looking forward to Breath of the Wild. I'm really looking forward to Elden Ring. What are you guys looking forward to, and what kind of content do you guys want from us?
Also, really quick, I'd like to mention that sooner or later, I think we're going to start a Discord server. It's not a big thing right now, but maybe if you guys are interested, we are trying to build a community. We're trying to talk to you guys, and I think that's probably going to be the best way to reach you guys. So if you are interested or anything like that, let us know, and we can try to hook it up, make it work, and finally get to know you guys.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Peace!
That's awesome.